Good evening, race fans. Welcome into beautiful upstate New York here for round 7 of 16 here at the Watkins Glen International Speedway. As always, here with my co-commentator Art. How we doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. I believe this is going to be our first, attempt at a road course here in LSRL this season. Excited to see how, Jared Lindsay, I don't believe we got to see him run a road course last season.
Absolutely. Left and right turns here tonight. 50 laps. Stage break coming at lap 20. A 70% fuel capacity tonight in the Xfinity cars, giving a fuel run of 22 to 23 laps. 4 total tire sets. 1 that they start on, 3 in the pits. They shouldn't need all of them. 0 fast repairs as always, and 3 green-white checkered as always. We will not be needing them with the way that this season has gone. Let's get you right into the on-track action as qualifying is underway. And we'll go on board here with Lucas Reed in the 10 machine. Sets off on his first of 2 laps of qualifying.
Are they doing full course yellows or local cautions? I know that it's stage break, but
I would imagine if there's a complete pileup, then they would throw a yellow, but local yellows as far as I am aware. But if there's an exception to the rule, then I imagine they would throw it.
Yeah, I did see some pileups going through the bus stop during practice, so we'll hopefully got the jitters out early.
Absolutely. Ten minutes of qualifying here, 2 laps, obviously. Longer lap and a very long out lap, trying to get up to speed, but not wear your tires out. Lucas Reed will be 6 out of 6 qualifiers. Dean Clavitt goes up to P2. Randy Arms jumps to the top of the board. Jared Lindsay, last week's winner, looked very quick in practice and is a threat here tonight again for pole and maybe back-to-back wins.
Once again, the entire MoFlo Racing team looking strong. They had 3 of the top 4 times in practice, including, like you said, Jared Lindsay.
On board here with the 18 machine. Put on a dominating display at Auto Club out west and going cross-country upstate New York. Comes across the line here for his first lap. Time to beat a 1:13.82. Randy Arms, the 18 machine. Looks like
was that his out lap or was that a
that was his
unofficial?
out lap? Yeah, it was out lap.
Got us excited. Randy Arms coming around for his final time.
Yeah, to turn number 4. The 8 machine. Your pole sitter last week on his second lap, he improves 1:13.71. Mitchell Bagley. You've seen him in Monday night, the Affinity Racing Series, making his debut here tonight. Looking very loose off of the final corner. He sets off on his first lap. Joshua Lawton in the 40 machine making a return to on-track action tonight as well. So a couple familiar faces. It looks like a handful right now for this 143 machine. It's got the 5 on the side, though.
Yeah, late edition, not able to get his number updated properly.
Here's Corey Blevins in the 13 machine as he works his way through the carousel. Actually dips those right side tires in the grass, so that'll be an invalidated lap. And just as all that's going on, Jared Lindsay, top of the board, 0.2 of a second. 1:13.51. He's going to call it a qualifying session.
Must be confident it ran his 1 lap and parked it.
He was a couple tenths quicker in practice. In qualifying, looks like more of the same 13 machine crosses the line. He'll have one more attempt. Cannot go off track or it will invalidate the lap. Mitchell Bagley spun around in between the final 2 corners. Chris Pinder on his out lap. He might have time to get it in. Corey Blevins will be the next one to cross the line if he can keep it on the black stuff on his final lap.
Pretty slow entry into one, so not sure how this lap will look for him.
It's all about getting a time because track position is going to be so important here tonight. Minimizing mistakes.
You gotta minimize mistakes or you'll sound like Dale back there.
Yes, his mistake right now is that he is hungry.
Like that's your mistake.
We are. The bottle is ready, so we just gotta. My amazing wife will see it through. Crosses the line, the 13 machine. And he will go 13th of 13th. Chris Pinder will just barely have enough time to get his lap in. Down into turn number 1, we'll go on board with him. You hear the wheel hopping even before we got on board, and he's going to way overshoot turn 1. Does not count as an off track, though.
He had to get that thing real low up to make sure it stays, within the confines of the track.
Looking pretty tight through the S's. We know the Cup car will drive loose, but Xfinity car looking like the complete opposite. There's a little bit loose, though. So tight and loose handling race car down. I guess this would be the back straightaway into the bus stop chicane. Heavy braking. Great passing opportunity, but a risky one. Very tentative, though. He does keep it on track. This will be important tonight. Obviously, not a lot of guys consistently turning left and right every week. So if you can just keep it on the track, you could come away with a solid finish here tonight.
I think after we hit that stage break, it's probably going to become a battle of attrition, making sure you minimize mistakes, keep the off tracks down. Because it can be tough. Like we've seen you have your, issues
absolutely.
here.
It takes a lot of concentration to put a lap together here. Crosses the line, won't have time for another one. And he will go 14th to 14th, 120.99. And again, overshoots turn number 1, so that might be something to look for on the opening lap of the race.
Now, like that concentration, you could have 49 really good laps. Like coming around on the 50th, if you hit the bus stop just wrong, tire hump, just open up the door.
Absolutely.
I know Lindsay is fast, but Randy, he closed it up in the qualifying. He actually ran a better time in qualifying than practice.
It's all going to be about consistency here this evening. Let's take another look at tonight's starting grid. Jared Lindsay on pole. 113.5, 0.2 of a second exactly over Randy Arms, Nathaniel Landwehr, and Jonathan Shorts, row number 2. 3 out of the top 4 MoFlo Racing. They are putting on a clinic this week. And then you can see already just the field spread. Only 4 drivers within a second of pole time. Eric Shields 5th, and he's 1.4 seconds back. Dean Clavitt 2 seconds back. Making up row number 3, Ryan Tiller, Casey Brown, row 4. Michael McElroy and Sean Anderson round out your top 10. Lucas Reed and Tony Scarborough, row number 6. Corey Blevins and Chris Pinder rounding out those that elected to set a qualifying time here this evening. And then everyone else from Samuel Demian all the way down to Joshua Lawton. 23 drivers here tonight to make up this field.
And of the 23, do you want to pick one that's not named Jared Lindsay to win?
I don't think I can. Quickest in practice, quickest in qualifying by 2/10. I think if he keeps it on track tonight, I think he's got a great shot to go back-to-back here this evening.
If you're going to pick Lindsay, and I'm contractually obligated, not allowed to pick Randy Arms, you might have to go with the MoFlo boys. I'm going to take Nathaniel Landwehr.
Are we contractually obligated to pick different people?
No, we can't pick Randy Arms.
Yeah, but can we pick...
Could we just both pick Jared Lindsay?
I think that's how it's going to be playing out tonight. But they're starting on the... I guess this is the back straightaway. Up to the bus stop is the front straightaway officially. That's what we'll go with. But it looks like Corey Blevins and Joshua Lawton have not yet gridded up. Looks like, yeah, Corey Blevins gonna start from pit, so 22 guaranteed. Have not seen Joshua Lawton just yet. They don't have a whole lot of time to think about it, though. Through 6 and 7, the final 2 corners, and then they are off for at least 20 laps. We don't imagine there'll be a massive pileup that brings out a 4-course yellow. Pace car makes the hard right-hand turn. We'll be turning right tonight. Jared Lindsay in control of the 22-car field. And we are green here in Watkins Glen.
Now, one of the most important turns at Watkins Glen. Lap 1, turn 1. Landwehr almost into the back of Lindsay.
Can they all make it through cleanly? It looks like they will. Well done. And Jared Lindsay will be clear up through the S's for the first time. Randy Arms had a look around the outside of turn number 1. And down the front straightaway into the bus stop chicane. Randy Arms 3/10 back, not close enough for a dive yet. Here's Michael McElroy taking a peek on Casey Brown for 8th, but all single file into the bus stop for the first time.
Yeah, looking back in the field, doesn't look like there's too many shenanigans. Just, you know, playing it safe. Lap 1, want to be able to make it around.
Absolutely, except for Corey Blevins, who started from the pits.
You might have different ideas of how this race was going to start. I mean, I feel like we've all seen it. You know, turn 1, everyone just, you know, forgets their braking zone. They want to be the fastest one in.
Tell you who has made up spots, though, is Samuel Demian. He's up 4, trying to make it 5 as Sean Anderson goes a little wide through turn number 6. William Bowman is up 3, and Mitchell Bagley is up 6 here in the early going. Going to make an aggressive dive on Michael Davis, and he's going to get turned. Cuts across the nose. And all that progress on lap number 1 is cut short, and Ben Thomas is loose, destroys the front end of his race car, and before lap number 1 is even over, he'll pull off into pit road. So all happening at turn 6 and 7. Your top 9 have stayed the same. Ryan Tiller trying to build off of last week's strong run at Auto Club. Get himself another top 10 and try and point his way into the playoffs. Randy Arms had an off track entering the bus stop chicane, so there goes his bonus points for a 0x. That'll be something to monitor tonight.
Looks like that got him a little loose. He's losing ground. Maybe he had a penalty. There's contact between Landwehr and Randy Arms. I think Randy had a penalty with how slow he's going.
Yeah, might have cut the entrance to the bus stop. Jonathan Schwartz trying to pick up the pieces. He's got front end damage as well, though, so a little bit of a chain reaction there. But he's up 2 positions into second. Randy going to try and fight this back. They are side by side down the front straightaway. And into the biggest braking zone outside of the chicane. Can Randy stick it around the outside? Will get the run. And he'll take 3rd spot back, but Schwartz is almost a second up the road, and Jared Lindsay is 3 seconds clear.
Yeah, that's not going to be what Randy wanted to see. He had to be consistent, makes a mistake early. And now he's going to have to claw it back.
But Dean Clavitt,
as long as he can stay on the lead lap, you know, I mean, he has 20 laps. Lindsay is not, hopefully not that fast. You know, re-rack him lap 20 and try again.
You see here, Gene Clavitt leading this group from 6th all the way down to 10th. Sam Demien. As they exit the carousel, 21 a little bit higher, trying to find some grip out there. Looks like Dean Clavitt, though, had an off at the exit of the carousel. And now he's fallen outside the top 10. William Bowen picking up a spot here. Opportunistic passes. That's what's going to be the name of the game. Dean's going to try and fight it back, though, as William runs a little bit deep into 6th. Yeah, a little bit of damage there on the right front of the 56 machine. Michael McElroy under some pressure here into turn number 1. A little bit further back, though. These guys going at it too wide. Dean Clavitt and William Bowen. That battle continues.
Pretty clean entry there for Dean. Who is that? Ben Thomas sitting on the exit up there?
I think he's just going to let the field go by here. Smart thing to do. But Dean will take the position back, but he has lost ground on his original battle inside that top 10. Here's Scott Kelly and Travis Daly on as they head toward the bus stop chicane. Really shallow line there for Travis, but he'll make the pass work. Was somehow able to get it slowed up. Well done by the 12 machine. He'll move up into the 17th position with a new paint scheme this week. Ben Thomas was able to get back going. He's 21st, right where he started. 2 laps down from the rest of the field. Mitchell Bagley has retired after 1 lap.
Ooh. Up at the front, Randy fighting. He was on the back bumper of Jonathan Schwartz. He's trying to get around him.
Get back into that P2. Schwartz, very opportunistic. Randy does have significant rear end damage. Schwartz has a little bit of damage on the front. That'll be something to monitor over the course of the long run. And Randy really driving it deep there. Trying to make that 58 a little bit uncomfortable. We saw how Stage 1 ended last week between these two at Auto Club. Don't think there's any bad blood, but they definitely will be racing each other hard. Hoping to avoid a repeat of last week. He is there. As they head down to turn number 6, he'll make a move here to the inside. Try and outbrake the 58. And he'll do so.
58 really didn't make a look there for a crossover. Just let it happen and try and, fall in line and just follow close behind.
Yeah, still very early on into this race. Lap 6, not even halfway to the stage break, so nothing worth tearing your stuff up over. Ryan Tiller chasing after Casey Brown. That's the next closest battle. Unless you're Corey Blevins blowing by Scott Kelly into turn number 6. And the 88 of Casey Brown will let Tiller go up, entering the S's. Doesn't want to go too wide through there. Too often doesn't usually work out for anybody. This is kind of the battle we're following here, 6th, 7th, and 8th. McElroy about another 2.5 behind. Let's go on board here with this 21 machine. See if he's able to close, and yes, he is. Taking a lot of curbing there. He's going to close up right to the back bumper. Casey Brown way outside the groove there, and he'll lose that 7th position. McElroy now closing up in on this fight. You can see this carousel catching a lot of guys out. Dean Clavitt had an off earlier. He's trying to fight his way back into the top 10. Michael Davis going to try and outbreak the 56 here. Not able to do so. 56 drove it in real deep there. Able to maintain that position. And we see on our live timing that a lot of guys, it's an ebb and flow. A guy will be a second ahead, then miss one corner and instantly give it all back, and then he'll have another strong corner. So it's just about being consistent and trying to string these laps together. Especially if you're Casey Brown, you got Sam Demien 7/10 behind, keeping the pressure on, but you got Michael McElroy 5/10 behind you. And then all through here, kind of a similar story, 8/10 separating all these guys. Just have to mind your P's and Q's.
Yeah, just need to be careful. The rumble strips through the bus stop, not sending it in too deep through the carousel, not too deep through turn 1.
Really all it takes is about an inch too far to the right in that bus stop entrance and you're in the inside wall. You could go too far to the left, you miss it and cut the second half, and it's just very tight quarters here. Here's Samuel Demien. He's trying to do a crossover move. Casey Brown was able to get the spot back. That's what we're talking about. 21 had flown by in the carousel. Casey Brown able to take the spot back away. Let's take a look at how he did it. Just a poor exit from the 21 on the carousel. And no contest into turn number 6. Oh, and there's the 21 again, loose through the S's. He's going to be able to save it. I don't think he hit anything. Let's back that up just real quick. We cut right back to it. He's trying to put the pressure on. Got a little bit of that inside curbing, and it snapped around. Well done to not hit anything. He'll fall back to 9th, lose 3 seconds to that battle he was just a part of.
Just cooking a little too early. Still 12 laps to go on the stage.
Oh, and he's loose there again! And 21 is barely hanging on to this. This exit of the carousel looks to be what kind of Calamity Corner at the moment. Dean Clavitt able to get around Lucas Reed. Corey Blevins continuing his charge after starting from the pits. He gets around Adam Kilday. Four cars here under a blanket. Look at that 10 machine off of turn number 7. Very loose. Does the 53 try the dive into turn number 1? He's showing just a little bit. A good run on the exit of 1 there. He's all over the back bumper here. As they head up through the S's.
We're going to have to start, asking the question about lap traffic. Lindsay, he's caught up to the back of Ben Thomas. I think Thomas is going to be a little easier. He waited for the entire field to go around whenever he was coming out the pit, so he surely would let the leader go by.
Yeah, and Ben Thomas is kind of in his own race right now. He's not really... He's kind of waiting for the shoe to drop, some other guys to have some issues, but he's just trying to get those laps learned, log some experience.
But not terribly far up the road from Ben Thomas would be Scott Kelly.
That'll be the first car under their own power. He's just getting laps logged, but he's keeping it on the racetrack, no off tracks. So he's going to log bonus points any way that he can. Obviously, just a different style of racing for a lot of guys. Here on the track map, though, there is a bunch of decent battles. Lucas Reed being put under pressure from William Bowman. Chris Pinder chasing after Scarbo. This is for the top 15. Pinder shows his nose ever so slightly. This is one of the few places where a track map makes sense. Oh, and Damien is off again, this time at the exit of the S's. That'll allow Sean Anderson to move up into the 9th position. And Damien, he started 15th position, so he's still up 5. He's the biggest mover in the race, but he's still clearly hanging on to this race car. Dean Clavitt wants to get back in the top 10. He's the opposite story. He is down 5 positions, the biggest loser so far in terms of positions. Corey Blevins is also down 5, but that was a dedicated choice to start from pit lane. And Joshua Lott in the 40 did not turn a lap. He did not even come out of the pits.
So 22
car field. 21 still out on track, and 20 are on the lead lap.
currently.
Scott Kelly's got about half a straightaway back to Jared Lindsay. Damien, ooh, that's close. Sean Anderson went by the lap before, and in the exact same spot a lap later, will get passed by Damien again, and Dean Clavitt as well. So heavy racing back here for this top 10. No one able to separate themselves yet. Casey Brown keeping an eye on Ryan Tiller. But up at the front, though, it is Jared Lindsay. We'll go on board with him. Just show me so steady here through the S's. Last lap, 4/10 quicker than Randy Arms, who's 5.5 seconds back. And then 2 seconds ahead of Schwartz.
I wonder if there's any potential aero damage on the back of that 8 machine from that contact.
Travis De Leon getting passed by Corey Blevins into turn number 7. Very tentative like we saw in his qualifying run. Adam Kilday way wide at a 6. Sean Anderson trying to keep pace. And he's under pressure here from Michael Davis. He's up 4 spots, doing a nice job. Looks like Anderson will give the position. He's got 7 seconds back. Michael McElroy taking a little extra curbing on the exit of the bus stop. And Pinder keeping Tony Scarbo some company. Corey Blevins, I believe, had a note off track. That's Adam Kilday, who's stuck in a precarious position, and he'll end up towing. Let's take a look here at what happened to the 14 on board. With Adam Kilday, gasses it up. Already had some left front damage, and it just snaps around on him. And made the smart decision to tow. The leaders rapidly approaching. Here's Dean Clavitt trying to make a move for 9th on Demien in the 21. Got a great run there on the exit. Oh, but he's loose there through the S's. He'll lose a little bit of time there. Looks like Ben Thomas, I think, has called it quits here tonight as well. So down to 9th.
He is not. He's still out there. He's just
he's just stuck. I did not see him logging time, so he's still there. He could catch Adam Kilday if he gets rolling again.
The problem is, like, the track, drivers are so spread out through the track, there's not going to be just, like, an opening. You're just going to have to pick one and go. And that's what he's doing.
Nathaniel Landwehr has gone by, you see there. So the 66 machine has gotten past Scott Kelly, so 18 cars on the lead lap still. Obviously, Adam Kilday and Ben Thomas having incidents. Michael Davis is in pit road, not of his choosing, though. Thought he was going to make a stop, got the notification. Let's take a look at what happened there. Yeah, Michael Davis entering the pit lane. And that is very loose. Oh, my goodness. Almost a repeat of the Ben Thomas incident on the first lap, but just with not as much damage. Lucas Reed trying to stay out of the way. Hey, and Ben Thomas got it back going, and he does make a position. I'll get a broadcaster camera. I'll wear a suit and tie and get all professional. Don't tempt me with a good time. Do not tempt me with a good time. Oh, Art, we're taking it to the next level here. You better go out and buy a suit.
Oh, no!
You're getting a suit. Do it, you won't? All right, here. We'll think of something.
Oh, no.
We're ever improving.
We're in the middle of a race. We can't.
Not right now, but you just wait. You just wait.
Philly being at the thought of exploitation, using your child to make money, great idea.
Hey, Dale was on the broadcast last week.
He's made noise this week, too.
He was well received, too, by the masses. The 56 and 21 can't quite figure out who they want to be in the 9th position. They just keep swapping back and forth. We're having a good time here tonight. Chris Pinder's been staring at the back of this 29 machine for some time as well. Tony Scarbo hanging on strong to that 13th position. Michael McElroy doing a nice job. He'll be the first to tell you he's not a fan of the road courses. But he's up 1 spot from where he started and hanging on to a solid top 10 night. Dean Clavitt goes way wide, and the 21 will take the spot back. Arms, he's still holding strong. He's having a boring race, but a boring race in P2 is one to not envy. 7 seconds behind our race leader, not putting any real pressure on him, but 3 seconds ahead of Jonathan Schwartz. No real pressure from behind. Nathaniel Landwehr might even be having a more boring race. He is 6.5 seconds behind our podium, but 16 seconds ahead of Eric Shields, who's doing a great job tonight, by the way, I might add. Started 5th, remains 5th. McElroy almost spun.
Tiller is right there. Casey Brown.
Yeah, so this is the kind of thing where you kind of get into that complacency. You're not under direct pressure, but all it takes is running wide once, and you're right under some pressure here. But Eric Shields doing a heck of a job tonight. He's looking for his first top 5 of the season, hoping to get it right here tonight. Looks like, yeah, let's take a look at what happened to Michael McElroy. Through the bus stop. Goes very wide on the exit. Oh, that's some decent car control there to gather it back up. But he will now be under pressure here from Dean Clavitt and Samuel Demien. And I know this is going to be...
Oh, we got contact! I believe that's Casey Brown and Scott Kelly out of the bus stop. Ooh. Yeah, Scott Kelly trying to be out the way, just not enough.
Let's take a look here. Casey Brown goes through. Scott Kelly goes way wide. Back on the track. Ooh, big contact on that right front. But Casey Brown will hold on to 7th still.
Gonna make this stage here, the pit stop here at the stage a little more interesting.
That's significant damage. Yeah, how long do you stay to fix it when you know it's probably going to be your only caution of the night? Pinder trying to get around Scarbo finally, and he'll do so out of the exit of the carousel. He was working on that for at least the last 6 laps, and that's got to feel good. His teammate trying to make a pass down the same straightaway on Lucas Reed.
Demien looking like at McElroy. Demien trying to get another spot here coming to the stage. He sent it in pretty hard through 1. Got to the back bumper, but not able to make it stick.
He might have a look here on the outside, heading down into the bus stop. These are for precious stage points. And who can outbrake who into the bus stop chicane? McElroy very deep on the entrance. Demien very deep on the exit. Dean Clavitt's right there as well. Jared Lindsay, Randy Arms, and Schwartz going to round out your podium here as long as they keep it on track for another 2 laps. This is where our attention lies.
And one small mistake from him, and he can open the door. Demien gets a little too hard into McElroy, and that's going to open it up for Dean to take both spots.
Yeah, we saw way in the background there, Sean Anderson, 11th, hoping that one of these guys was a little too deep into the braking zone. Lap 19 here. Down the front stretch into turn number 1. No one going to stick their nose out just yet. On board here with Dean Clavitt, watching the 2 guys ahead of him, hoping for a bobble.
Something they're going to have to remember. The caution's going to come out, I believe, when Lindsay gets to the line. So you can't be waiting till the end of the lap to make your move.
Absolutely, got to set him up now. McElroy a little bit loose on the exit of the S's. He's going to take a defensive line. We have the great shot here from Clav. He's got a front row seat. Oh, that was close on the entrance for both of those guys. We can get a good run here through the carousel. Oh, and they're all loose. Down into 6. Another good opportunity. McElroy runs wide. Can he let both of them through? He's going to. Oh, he's going to clip Dean Clavitt. Dean spun around the wrong way. McElroy loose. And Demien takes advantage. Dean's going to get it turned back around, though.
I was going to say this might open up the door for Sean Anderson, but he's around.
On the exit of the carousel, absolutely. And Dean will hold on to 10th, but his car is destroyed. Sean Anderson all the way down to 17th. Let's take a look. Oh, that was a weird one. Oh, man, he's upside down and flipping. Oh, my goodness. Let's take a look here at the incident with Dean Clavitt and Michael McElroy. A mistake for McElroy trying to get back onto the track loose and just clips the right rear of Dean Clavitt.
That has to be one of the most violent single car wrecks I have ever seen.
It's gotta be. But caution is now out. Dean Clavitt does hold on to 10th, so he'll get 1 point for his troubles. Samuel Demien will get 8th. Michael McElroy 9th. William Bowman moves up to 11th. Pinder to 12th. Sean Anderson still has a car somehow. They're going to have to get caught back up here to the pace car. So while they're all doing that, let's get you to a quick commercial break showing off the amazing sponsors of the LSRL week in and week out, allowing these guys to put on an amazing product. But as always, thank you to the wonderful partners here of the LSRL Xfinity Series, week in and week out. Wilder Graphics, Sim Speed Shop, Sim 3D, Sim Racer Hub, Butt Kicker. Absolutely love them coming on board each and every week. Grid Finder as well, can't forget about them. As we reset the running order here, Jared Lindsay obviously wins the race off the pit road. Light still on top of the pace car, so we get another lap at least.
I'm going to ask the question, if you're any of the drivers behind Jared Lindsay, do you think it's time to get desperate?
Desperate in what sense? Oh, Ryan Tiller, though, he definitely did. Only 7 seconds on pit road. Fuel only for the 23. Let's go ahead and talk to some drivers here. Particularly, I want to see... no, we don't have, unfortunately, Michael McElroy anywhere. That's oh, wait, yeah, we do. He's in CMS. Here with the 83 machine of Michael McElroy. Talk me through those last 2 laps coming to the stage, battling for 8th, 9th, and 10th.
Man, it was really good racing. I really enjoyed racing Sam and Demian. Like, we were battling, kind of holding lines, taking away lines, stuff like that. I hate it. I apologize to Dean over the race chat, but I hit those rumble strips when I got wide into that turn, and I think I just barely clipped his bumper.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. He went a little wide, clipped that rumble strip, and it just sent the car right into his right rear. But he held on for a stage point. So, but yeah, that was a thrilling battle between you guys, and it was probably the highlight of the race so far. Chris Pinder, you're up 4 spots into the top 10. How did you sum up your race so far?
Dumb luck. Haven't practiced.
Yeah, we saw on your qualifying lap.
First laps on the track were qualifying. Yeah, I'm getting really lucky. Driving around a lot of clean guys. Got to thank Tony Scarabo. He's just been super clean around me all night, making my life
down the back straightaway. Look at that. But yeah, you guys have been kind of battling away there. You were looking at his back bumper for approximately 6 or 7 laps, and finally able to complete the pass.
I was honestly fine following it.
Yeah. He led you.
I just want to survive.
Yeah, led you around the way. If you could keep it on the black stuff and not end up in the wall, he might come away with the top 10 tonight.
No, I'm sure I'll total this car. It's not a big deal.
Well,
the plan was to start in park, and we're already ahead of that. So.
Well, there you go. Well, good luck the rest of the way, gentlemen. Still got a long way to go. Keep your head on straight.
Thank you.
Thanks, Max.
Yep. We'll talk to Jared Lindsay under green flag conditions when he's about 8 seconds out away from everybody else. But
speaking of that, that's where I was going with the desperation act from the drivers behind him. I wouldn't want to let him get out to that lead again if I could stop it. I'm not saying you gotta wreck him, but you gotta make him feel uncomfortable.
So with all of this, after we reset the running order, 15 cars on the lead lap. Lucas Reed, the first one a lap down, but it won't matter. Nathaniel Landwehr gave up all sorts of track position to come down and top off. Lights are out on top of the pace car. Field in tow with Jared Lindsay yet again. He's going to wait on it, and we'll go. Back under green. He gets a great jump. Ryan Tiller on...
Oh, we might be 3 wide. Oh, Damien backs out of it.
Randy Arms should have the position here. Tiller just trying to hang on. He'll run very wide. I don't know I think it was a little too early to make that call if you're Tiller. You were running comfortably 7th. After 1 corner, you're already back to 7th. Already half a second clear up front. Further back, though, Dean Clavitt chasing after Michael McElroy. We'll see if he's seeing red. A little bit of a lock up there. He'll maintain it, though. Landwehr gave up a lot of track position, spent an extended time on pit road. He's trying to work his way back up into the podium fight. Scarbo getting passed by Corey Blevins. Dean Clavitt and Michael McElroy side by side. Let's see what happens down here to turn number 6. I think McElroy will let him have it this time. Probably the smart thing to do. But 56 crew actually fixed that car up pretty nice, all things considered.
Managed to put a front bumper back on it.
Landwehr inside of William Bowman, who is charging up through this field. And obviously Sean Anderson still on pit road after we saw him flipping through the air. 18 cars still out on the racetrack. Jared Lindsay up to a 2nd advantage over Randy Arms, who's got Schwartz half a second behind. Eric Shields up to 4th now. Who's absolutely having... Oh, there's Michael McElroy down the... Oh, he's stuck in the fence! Loose on the exit of the S's, and his night is done. He is not going anywhere. Try as you might, but it is going to be stuck, and he's towed. Does he get a little bit of help here? No, he's loose all on his own. And it just sticks in the fence. Night over. Oh my goodness. That's on fresh tires too. So we just mentioned there's still a long way to go. Got to keep the concentration. I hate that for him though. There's Landwehr continuing his charge through the field, up to 8th now, but look at how deep Dean Clavitt drove it in there. Still not going to matter, though. The 66 is flying right now. Best lap of the race was just set by Jared Lindsay, 1:13 flat, 0.6 of a second quicker than the second best lap in the race, which was set by P2 Randy Arms.
Not only is that the best lap time set in the race, oh, Randy is getting it wild back there trying to...
and Demien's all over the track. Gonna have to cut the chicane. What happened to the... Oh, he's loose again. Does he do the same thing? Oh, yes, he does. Huge impact to the right front of the 21. That could be his race over. He's staying out of everybody's way all the way back to the last car on the lead lap. We'll go on board here. The steering looks relatively straight, but looks like he doesn't have any confidence in the car right now. This might be another gift for some of these guys looking for a top 10. Yeah, and Demien's going to have to come in. You said Randy was all over the track last lap. He only lost a 10th. He's trying to find more speed in this car, doing everything he can to somehow keep up with Jared Lindsay.
Yeah, he is slinging that thing around corners. He's trying to find any ounce of speed that he can. But like as you said, Jared Lindsay not only ran the fastest lap like during the race, that was faster than any time he set in practice. It was half a second faster than he went in qualifying. Like, he's just fighting speed.
Oh, and Dean Clavitt off through the bus stop right in front of Casey Brown, side by side on the exit here. Dean has the preferred line. He's very slow, not enough momentum. Casey Brown around the outside. Ryan Tiller, he's down one spot from where he was running. Let's see if that pays off. The strategy here from Landwehr, lap 22. Came in on the 1 to go. Estimated fuel runs 22 to 23 laps. They're still going to be a little bit short, but can this 66 do the impossible and save enough fuel and potentially steal one from his teammate? Lucas Reed is now up a position. Travis DeLeon's up a position. Samuel Demien still on pit road. Michael McElroy back out on track. Heavily damaged, though. And he'll even pick up a position back on Demien, so it would look like a very promising start to the night for the 21 machine has gone horribly wrong. All on the back straightaway. Look at this shot here from Dean Clavitt as he tries to get back that 6th position. Right now, Randy Arms just ran his best lap of the race. Actually, a little bit quicker, 0.2 quicker that time. And Jared Lindsay, what's it going to be this time by? Last lap, a 13.8 for Lindsay, a 14.1 for Randy. So back in the favor of the 18 machine. Schwartz is keeping him honest, though. They ran identical lap times last lap. 14.1, 0.6 of a second quicker than Landwehr, who's up to 4th.
The problem with doing all of this for Randy is, in the search of speed, the talks of trying to be consistent go out the window.
He's got 2 off tracks now. Your race leader, though, consistent and clean. 0 off tracks. The bonus points are still well on to take home maximum points here tonight for the 18 machine. Dean Clavitt and Ryan Tiller. You saw the accordion effect there. Tiller taking a more aggressive approach on the entry. But lose a little bit on the exit of the corner, though. 13 cars in the lead lap. Now back to Scarbo. Corey Blevins, after starting from the pit lane, he's cracked the top 10. William Bowman, your biggest mover, up 7. And he, I believe, is looking for his first top 10 of the season. He's putting pressure under Blevins right now as well.
Just want to say, Randy Arms, that time 4/10s faster than Jared Lindsay.
The gap now down to 1.8. I wonder if Lindsay is fuel saving. Let's try and find out. No lift and coast there. Through the carousel, we'll see if there's any part of the racetrack where he's just letting it roll. How about this, though? Dean Clavitt all over the back bumper of Casey Brown, and he's going to lift. Oh, and he's trying to save a little bit here, it looks like. Oh, and he's going to go... Oh, he's loose, and around through the bus stop he goes. Tiller goes through. Here comes William Bowman. Here comes Chris Pinder. Michael Davis. Tony Scarbo sees the remnants of it. It's the second time we've seen Clavitt around, either on the exit or entrance of the carousel, and you can see how gingerly he's bringing it back up to speed. You can even hear Scarbo here. He's lifting. And that's disastrous. Oh, look at this. We got guys going to commit to the short pit, though. They're going to just do a splash and dash and go to the end. Led by Eric Shields, Casey Brown, and Ryan Tiller on the same strategy. So they're not going to commit to saving. They are going to go all the way as fast as they can to the end. We'll see here. It shouldn't be more than 5 or 6 seconds. Eric Shields spent approximately... Oh, he will get 4 tires in fuel here. It looks like they're all going to do that. Never mind then. Good stop from the 27 crew. Who's out at least a second before both Casey Brown and Ryan Tiller. He gets out way ahead. Now he's good to push till the end. Michael Davis putting Chris Pinder under pressure here. We'll see if that triggers anyone else around them to come in, or if anyone's just going to try and commit to the one stop under the stage. Pinder way wide. Michael Davis says thank you very much. No contest there. Corey Blevins going to commit to it as well. We'll see if anyone's brave enough to go fuel only, though. We know on the next-gen cars, right, when you come in at a road course tire model, taking tires would be slower. So every time the next-gen guys visit a road course, it's fuel only halfway through, and you're on your business. But it doesn't look to be the case here in the Xfinity car. Yeah, left side's going on for the 13.
I feel like at a road course, it's a lot harder to, trigger someone else to, instinctively come in. Because when you come into a road course, you come in with a strategy, and you've got to stick to it. You got to hit your marks, run your race, and, finish it out.
Absolutely.
Cannot deviate.
Especially, like you said, because you can try and undercut if you're right next behind somebody, but it's not going to matter with the length of time that we have, because as long as you're smooth and consistent, you would get the spot back anyways.
Yeah.
Dean Clavitt now trying to put Chris Pinder under some pressure. Pinder said he would definitely total the car by the end of the night, but so far his biggest crime is running a little bit wide. Here, turn 6 seems to be his kryptonite ever so slightly. Dean back into the 7th position. No one else coming in just now. So it's Ryan Tiller, Corey Blevins, Casey Brown, and Eric Shields leading the contingent of guys that pitted halfway through the stage. And they're just going to be running aggressive to the end. Your biggest mover is William Bowman. He's in the top 5 right now. 34 seconds back from your race leader, who is being kept honest by Randy Arms. Only 2.2 seconds. You can see him out the front windshield. That's not a bad thing to see. Got Damien in between them.
Got to crank it up on a road course.
We might as well. We do have the speed cam. That is a crank it up lap around this beautiful facility. Jonathan Schwartz gonna pit from the podium positions. First of your front runners to do so. Samuel Damien coming in with him. But Randy is keeping this gap right around 2 seconds. 114.37 for Jared Lindsay, 114.37 for Randy Arms. Let's take a look at the lap time history. Between your top two, and it's been fairly consistent. Lap 30, 34, pretty much a wash. Lap 33 heavily in Randy's favor, but 31 and 32 heavily in Lindsay's favor. So kind of a cat and mouse game here. We'll see who blinks first on the pit stops. Schwartz comes out just behind Michael Davis.
Ooh, Randy Arms is in. He's making the call early.
Gonna try the undercut. Into the bus stop chicane. Schwartz tried it. Gonna get blocked off by that 57, though. And they are on differing strategies. It's gonna take a good stop here for Randy. Don't speed, though. Well, he comes in. Look at this three-way battle. Schwartz way off the track. But one part of the track where it's legal at. Can he outbrake the 57? 58 and 57. Advantage to the 58. Look at that. 56 in the mix, too. 56, 57, 58. Gotta swap around Dean and Davis, though, and count it down.
Ooh, this is going to be something. Randy's just now coming out of his box.
He'll come out just ahead of William Bowman. That's key for his race. Doesn't come out into any traffic. 4-tire stop, full of fuel. He's going to be very aggressive to the end, I would imagine. We'll see if Lindsay responds on the next lap. He's catching up to lap traffic, but they are all racing for position. He's going to stay out another lap. Problem is, he's going to run into this battle right here. Ryan Tiller, Corey Blevins, and Casey Brown. Let's go on board here with Lindsay. You can see.
I don't think any of them are going to want to just, you know.
They're all racing for position. They're on a different strategy than a lot of these guys, so they're just committed to their race.
I mean, all of them, they do still have their eyes on a top 10 if they're able to, you know, get going forward. So they're not going to want to lose ground, even if it is to Jared Lindsay.
Absolutely. You can see, though, just under braking, clearly Lindsay's faster, but he's going to have to find a way around. And this could be the time delta. Tiller will actually yield way, very respectful. Does not have to do so, but he will. William Bowman is in, as is Michael Davis. Landwehr still out on the track as well. Now Lindsay's going to have to get around Corey Blevins, but you can definitely see he was held up a little bit. the carousels. So could this be the 2-second gap that...
Oh. Yeah, he's in.
He doesn't want to lose any more time, so this is a decent call here from Lindsay. All focus goes to Randy Arm. That's a veteran move right there.
That was a very smooth entrance. Almost looks seamless. Thought he might continue going around, but...
Dean Clavitt off the racetrack again, but it's 40 miles an hour all the way down to pit box number 1. Randy Arm's working through 6. Can he find a way around?
Landwehr's going to take the lead. He's staying out.
New leader for the first time tonight. Left side's going on for this 18 machine. And he is away. Here comes Randy Arms down the front stretch. That's going to be advantage Jared Lindsay. So 2 tires stopped there. He would not have come out ahead if it was 4. But does Randy Arms have enough of a tire advantage to track him back down? Old right side tires going from lap 20 to the end for Jared Lindsay.
Ooh, correct car in front of Randy.
Kelly destroyed. Rex down to the inside. Imagine he'll be towing. Let's take a look at what happened here. We've seen this a couple of times. Just loose. Big impact. Oh my goodness.
He is not towing. He's pulling it back out on track.
He's gonna drive it to pit lane here. We'll have to see what Lindsay's and Randy Arms' time is when they come back around. Does the 66 stay out for a bonus point? Jared Lindsay will not lead every lap here tonight, thanks to a strategy call from the 66 machine. Put it on the board for a bonus point. Yeah, we will see. Here's Randy Arms. He knows he's got fresher tires, and that little dot up ahead of him is who he needs to beat. His last lap was a 13.93. We'll see what happens when Jared Lindsay gets up to speed this lap. Ryan Tiller back in the top 10. Tony Scarbo going a little wide. He keeps under control, though. This will be the battle for 8th, 9th, and 10th. Sean Anderson, he's back out on track. And he is off again. Looks like that'll be the end of his race. Looks like he came out to maybe try and pass Demien. I don't think he did, though.
Still shows him behind him for me.
Michael McElroy back out on the racetrack. He'll actually end up with a top 15 out of this after heavy contact. Landwehr should be in this lap now that he's got his bonus point, and he is. Pretty aggressive entry there, but it'll work just fine.
He's going to hand it right back over to Lindsay.
And Jared Lindsay, first lap on the 2 tires, 1:13.82. Randy Arms crosses the line, 13.52, so he's 0.3 quicker. 11 laps to go. The race is on. 4 tires for Randy Arms, 2 tires for Jared Lindsay. He has the track position, though. He's got 4.5 seconds nearly. But he has the older tires worn out, liable to slip and slide around this racetrack. Randy is 7.5 seconds, so he can throw caution to the wind. If he goes off track, does a little half spin, he'll still end up with the podium. He's 21 seconds ahead of Landwehr. Second or third, it doesn't quite matter for the 2-time winner already this year. Might as well throw everything you got. Pinder in for his final stop.
No consistency needed. You got to put it all on the table. You got 4 fresh tires. You have to use all 4 tires.
I paid for 4 tires. I'm using 4 tires.
Oh, he's sending it there. He's going to have to run the fastest laps he's put down. He's run faster than his qualifying and practice times, trying to get everything out of the car.
Last lap for Jared Lindsay, a 1:13.80. Last lap for Randy Arms, a 13.9. So quicker for Lindsay, even on 2 tires. A heck of a display here. Pinder, the next car to go 1 lap down. He's sitting 13th, though. He has no time No time in the seat before this. He said qualifying was his first lap, so to finish 13th. That's a heck of a victory for this 24 team, I would imagine. And Clavitt gets around Casey Brown. Ryan Tiller gonna do the same thing here. Let's take a look. Picks up almost 2 spots in 2 corners. Casey Brown gets in the dirt, entering 7. He'll smack the wall, and he'll lose 2 spots as a result. Everyone is pitted for the final time except for Tony Scarbo. Let's go on board and see if he's trying to steal one here. It almost looks like he was. 9 laps to go. He was running outside the top 10 at the start. 10th is 11 seconds back, so he's going to give up a lot, obviously, to save multiple laps, but might as well risk it now. He's going to go for it here. The gap is under 4 seconds now. A 10th quicker for Randy on that last lap. That's not going to be enough. But he is closing the gap. He's going to have to get through lap traffic. Almost slid right into Pinder. So they were both pretty much equally affected. That's a moot point now. The gap is right back up to that 4-second gap. Scarbo going to be under pressure here. Eric Shields. How about it, my man? Looking for the first top 5 of the season. It's directly in front of you. To the inside. And he will take away that 5th spot. Well done to the 27 machine. But these guys are putting on an impressive display. I know we had a couple single car incidents, and but nothing really major. These guys mastering the right-hand turns. 27 having a great run. William Bowman trying to get up there in the mix. He's in contention for a top 10, his first of the year. He might get it if Scarbo has to pit. You can hear there the wheels spin, just trying to hang on to these race cars down to the very end. 8 laps to go. 12 cars on the lead lap. Michael Davis on the same straightaway as your race leader. These guys doing a very nice job staying out of the way for the most part. Being very respectful.
In the past 3 or 4 laps, Lindsay and Randy Arms have been trading blows. A 10th here, a 10th there between them. But last lap, Jared Lindsay half a second faster.
I think he's got it comfortably under control here as long as he keeps it on the racetrack. Where have we seen this, though? A battle for 8th, 9th, and 10th. Dean Clavitt chasing after Corey Blevins. Ryan Tiller right there in the mix.
Scarbo's not far up the road, too.
No, he's not. He's in big save mode right now if he's actually trying to stretch it. He might fall out of the top 10 even with saving, but it's worth a shot, you know. Might as well try and learn something. Who's on fire in the pits?
Oh, there's someone smoking in the pits.
Scott Kelly, I believe. He's been in there for 6.5 minutes. Samuel Demien been in there for 12.5 minutes, and Ben Thomas has been on pit road for 38 minutes. The gap is now over 5 seconds. Continuing to pump in those lap times with the older 2-tire strategy. Closest battle on the racetrack is for the 7th position. Dean Clavitt trying to find a way around. William Bowman trying to find a way around. He's going to get into the top 10 all on his own. Doesn't need Scarbo to pit. A great result so far for this 53 team. Looking for his first top 10 of the season. He is also the biggest mover to boot. He's hoping for more. He might get more. We've seen how tight these battles have been. They're going to catch up to Scarbo here, who's still in conservation mode. With approaching 5 laps to go next time by. You can see they're on your track map near the top right of your screen.
Scarbo had to make the call. I think he was out of fuel.
He pushed it as much as he could. Not able to save, though. That'll put this for a battle for 6th now. And Casey Brown will round out your top 10.
They're side by side. Clavitt taking on Blevins. Clavitt going to have it through the S's.
Very nice work there. Under the brakes through turn 1. What an exit. Corey Blevins kind of cuts him a little bit of a break there. Now he's under pressure from Ryan Tiller. Looking for back-to-back top 10s. 2's a streak is what he's telling himself after a rough opening start to the season. But last week at Auto Club, had top 3 speed. He's looking to turn his season around.
Every streak starts with 1.
It absolutely does. Yeah, gap is nearing 6 seconds now. Levin's running a little bit wide. Ryan Tiller all over the back bumper. 13 and 23. As they head down into turn number 1. Don't expect Tiller to make the big send. He'll try and force a mistake or capitalize on an opportunity. Maybe try the crossover. Oh, he was trying it there. 13 locked up the brakes, though. Kind of slid up right into him. William Bowman is coming, though. He is quicker than this group. He pitted 6 laps after, so he's playing the long game right now. He could get up into this battle, absolutely.
Now 5 laps to go. He was over half a second faster.
Right in front of Eric Shields, and he'll stay wide and out of the way. Dean Clavitt settling into our 6th position here. Ooh, Corey Blevins taking a little bit of grass there. This is bringing Bowman right into the mix, a second back. Lindsay has been that guy for the last 2 weeks, unbeatable at the moment. Came in right at the end of last season, won 3 in a row, cementing himself as a championship favorite should he run the full-time schedule. He did.
Bowman overcooks that.
He loses 3/10 there, but still in the battle here. He's got plenty of time, 4 laps to go. But Jared Lindsay, if he ran the full-time schedule this season, was going to be right up there with the championship contenders. And sure enough, he did. And sure enough, he is a championship contender. Looking for his 3rd win of the season to break the tie with Randy Arms. Look at that.
Bowman just
Again, going off the track here, yeah.
Fighting a little too hard, trying to manhandle the car. Like, he sees it right in front of him. 2 competitors that he could get around and just...
Yeah, so he had another moment here because he was still not that far back. Let's see what happened. He lost an additional 2 seconds.
He was into turn 1.
Oh, yeah, he just really overdrives it there. But he's still holding on to 9th, did not lose a position, but now he's under pressure from Casey Brown at the end of this thing with the leader approaching. So this could get a little dicey. Jared Lindsay coming to 2 laps to go here. He won't see the yellow. Local yellows only, but really haven't had that many to speak of. He's clear of Casey Brown. See Randy Arms there in the background. It's been an inspired drive. Clean and consistent. No off tracks. If we can just navigate through William Bowman, he shouldn't have any more lap traffic. This will allow Randy to close. Gains about a second on this lap, but still 4.5 back. William Bowman will yield here. Very respectful of the 53 to do so. Fighting for a top 10. Allow Randy to really close in, but right now he's just got to get it back around.
He's still going to have Blevins in front of him for the next lap, final lap.
Let's take a look here. Ryan Tiller on this lap was able to get by Corey Blevins finally. Make the pass up through the S's. That'll be for P7, and he's drove away. Jared Lindsay through turn number 7 will see the white flag. He does have Corey Blevins ahead. Randy Arms had a little bit of a moment in the second half of the lap. Lost all that time that he gained. White flag in the air. Race is official. 5, almost 6 seconds now. He doesn't have to lap Corey Blevins if he doesn't want to. Because the difference between Corey Blevins and Randy Arms is not 6 seconds a lap, but we'll see how this happens. Corey might just let him go anyways. He's got his 8th place pretty much secured.
I was going to say, like, if you're not going to be able to get up to the guy in front of you, just let the
leader go. It got a little awkward. He might end up losing 8th because of that. Might get the slowdown penalty. William Bowman going to be hard charging here. He's going to be back in this fight a little bit. Jared Lindsay does make it through. That's what I said. Just be very careful on those lap cars.
I was going to say just let him on by, because then that's one less lap that you have to run, but now he's got to finish out this lap strong.
Absolutely. That's a good point. Through 6 and 7.
Yeah, because there's Bowman looking around the outside.
Jared Lindsay's going to be your race winner in the background. Contact is made. Jared Lindsay wins the race at the line. Give it to Corey Blevins for P8.
And Randy Arms coming home P2.
And all of that right in the middle. And Schwartz crosses the line now, rounding out your podium. And we will just count them all down.
I think the next closest battle for position will be Shields and Dean Clavitt, about 1.5 seconds. See how much Dean throws it in on the last lap.
And Landwehr comes through 4th. Eric Shields trying to get his first top 5 of the season, and Dean really closing in on the final lap. It'll be 1/2 second. He's going to have to set him up in 6. Try and force him wide in 7.
Not a good carousel for Dean.
Oh, he's really going to drive it in there deep. He's going to be there if he wants to dive. Eric Shields going to go defensive into the final corner, defensive line. Dean Clavitt around the outside. Who's going to have the run to the checkered flag? 6th and 7th here, or 5th and 6th, excuse me. Eric Shields gets it at the line. Ryan Tiller rounds out 7th. Corey Blevins. He did get lapped right at the end there, so he does not have to complete this lap. He'll do it anyways and pull into the pits. But that was some excitement there at the end. William Bowman and Blevins, we didn't know if they were going to get lapped, have to do an extra one, but that was a very exciting race. Here are your top 3. They're going to burn it down here.
I want to say Randy Arms, the man to keep MoFlo Racing from going 1, 2, 3 for a 3rd week in a row.
Oh, this is going to be a well-earned burnout here. Dominant led, I believe it was 49 out of 50 laps. Schwartz will burn it down as well with his teammate. And that's about as dominant as it gets. I'm gonna go over here and salute the fans. Zero off tracks, most laps led. The win, all the bonus points possible. A huge night for this 18 machine. Jonathan Schwartz, the only other driver, I believe, with 0 off-track excursions throughout the race as well. MoFlo guys celebrating. They went bowling and they got a strike. It was pretty bad, but nevertheless, let's go ahead and bring up your race winner here, Jared Lindsay. Here with your race winner tonight, Jared Lindsay in the 18 machine. You came up 1 lap short of leading them all. About as dominant as it gets. Congratulations on a huge victory tonight.
Thanks, guys. All right, Max. How y'all doing?
Pretty good. It was pretty boring out front. For the most part, you kind of kept the race in control. Randy was keeping you in check at the restart, but you were mostly in control, led the most laps and all. And had the interesting call with 2 tires there, but it proved it didn't really matter. You had the pace in hand tonight to come out of it a winner.
Yeah, Randy's really good on the brakes, honestly. I still remember the race we did at Indy, and we were nose to tail, and he's a lot better on the pedal than I am with turns like turn 1. So I was honestly just trying not to slide through it because I figured if he got in front of me, I would have had a hard time getting back around him. And then the 2-tire call, I actually wasn't going to take tires. And then Nate was like, he's going to take 2. And then I started thinking about it, and I was like, dang, I'm going to have to run 10 more laps, and I'm going to probably be about a half a second off the pace. And I was like, he'll probably catch me. And I didn't practice taking 2 tires. So honestly, anytime I've typically taken 2, it hasn't worked out. But I was like, let's just take a gamble on it. And, Randy kind of showed me his hand when he pitted early. And then once I got through the first like 2 laps, got some heat in the tires, it started handling pretty good. And then at that point, it was just trying to navigate the lap traffic, which everyone was real polite, real friendly, which was nice. So, yeah.
Yeah, but quickest in practice, quickest in qualifying, and then obviously quickest in the race. Yeah, really the only competition was right after that stage restart, and then a couple laps there. Randy was kind of reeling you in just a little bit as you navigated the lap traffic, but it helps to be the quickest on track, and then obviously if you keep it on the track, you're one of 2 drivers that did not leave the track limits here tonight. So maximum bonus points, all the goodies. Started on pole. Really just a dominant performance from yourself here tonight.
Yeah, honestly, I'm honestly really surprised that I ran so well tonight. But I ran a lot of practice, and Schwartz and Nate. Nate gave me some strategy ideas, and Schwartz really helped me gauge how I needed to approach the track. Honestly, he underdrove the whole night. I kept telling him, I was like, dude, you're underdriving the car. Because he could have gone faster than what he did. That wasn't a true representation of how fast I personally think he was. But my teammates really helped me get focused, because I'm really not the best at road courses. Randy's probably the best one. Between Schwartz and Randy, probably the best 2 we have out of everybody, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. But it makes for a great fight every week. You guys battling. Broke the tie to get 3 wins first, so you are the league leader in wins and definitely a championship favorite this season. And picking up where you left last season off so strong, and definitely going to be there at the end of this thing, I imagine, and we definitely could see in the championship 4 if things keep up your way.
Yeah, guys. I'm looking forward to the next race on the schedule. As you probably can imagine, I like Charlotte a lot. A lot of people hate it, but I look forward to running with these guys there. And I think we could see a first-time winner next race. I'm not going to say who I think the favorite might be, but not outside of myself. But it'll be exciting to see if you guys can pick the right one.
I have an idea in mind, but we'll see how it all plays out next Tuesday night. But again, congratulations on a dominating performance here tonight, and I look forward to seeing you back next week.
Yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys as usual.
Absolutely. Got any final shout-outs or people you need to address?
Yeah, I just want to say good job to, honestly, all the drivers tonight. I mean, we had a great turnout. I'm really surprised we had as many as we did. And shout out to my teammates for practicing with me and helping me figure out what I need to do, and then obviously my sponsors. And this paint scheme is kind of special to me. This is actually the first paint scheme I ever had made for me, like 2 leagues ago with Randy and Schwartz, where I met Mazzella, and me and Nate went in. So this is the special one. But Moflo Racing, I want to shout them out. Just want to shout out Joe and Anthony, you guys as usual, and then all the viewers. for tuning in. For you guys do a phenomenal job. That's it.
Absolutely. Appreciate the kind words as always, and looking forward to seeing you back here next week.
All right, thanks, guys.
Here with P2, Randy Arms. Kind of a boring race from your perspective, but a boring race, and P2 is never that bad of a thing to have happen, especially after last week, getting back on the right track and securing more solid points tonight.
Yeah, for the most part, it was a pretty uneventful race. Had a little issue there, like lap 2 or something, where I got a slowdown penalty, and I say Nate got into the back of me just a little bit, and that actually made my car a lot looser than what it already was, which is as bad as these cars were driving. It's kind of hard to like. I didn't know that was possible, but it was definitely really loose after that. So I was just kind of hanging on, and was somehow able to bring her home in P2. So all in all, finally back on track, I hope.
Yeah, in a world where Jared Lindsay does not race tonight, you walk away with this comfortably the second quickest car. Only other man in the 13s tonight, and but Jared Lindsay just in a whole nother ballpark apparently. But you did keep him honest at times after the stage restart, and then you were kind of matching his times there at the end. But yeah, he was just a whole. I don't know. He had a whole extra couple tenths in the tank, but you were keeping him honest there. Got it down to almost 2 seconds at one point, and just made him know that you were there tonight as best you could.
Yeah, I think maybe if I didn't get the damage, I probably could have stayed with him. Maybe it would have caused him to make a mistake or something, or at least had a chance. But yeah, just that wee little bit where he had just a hair more rear grip than me after I got hit, and he beat me a tenth here, a couple tenths here, and I was definitely driving the wheels off of it, but he was definitely fast. So, but yeah, for the way the last 2 or 3 weeks have went for us, we'll take a P2.
Absolutely. Always, yeah. You can't really complain about a P2 at a road course. We don't do these every week, so especially proving your strength at all kinds of racetracks. Definitely a good point tonight as well. Before we let you go, any final shout outs or anyone you need to address for the broadcast?
Yeah, just want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. I know road courses sometimes don't have a great turnout, but I think we had 21 cars maybe take the green, 20 or 21. So just thanks for everyone that has been sticking with us each week. Usually have about the same amount of cars, it seems like, so that's good. Hopefully everybody keeps coming back for all year. Then thank you guys for putting on the broadcast. Art and Brandon for kind of filling in there when you was gone, Max, and then we're all glad to have you back as well. So just thanks for everything that you guys do, and just everybody for the league.
Absolutely appreciate the kind words as always, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you back here next week.
All righty, buddy. Thank you.
Yep. Here with our third place finisher tonight, Jonathan Schwartz started fourth and swapped positions with Landwehr. No man's land. Jared Lindsay says you underdrove the car tonight. Was it really just about getting into that third place, getting some solid points, or do you think you could have got anything else out of the car?
I don't know. After practice this week, I knew Jared was probably gonna be the guy to beat, and he definitely showed that tonight. So I just didn't want to damage the car by overdriving it. So I knew I had about third place there, so you might as well just ride it out and get some points.
Absolutely, get the bonus points as well for not going off track. So get all the points that you can where you can. Always want to contend for wins where possible, but Jared had him covered, so might as well pick up some bonus points where pretty much 80 to 90% of the competitors did not. They were off track and lost the 0x bonus.
Yeah, for sure.
But nevertheless, a strong run tonight, although maybe boring. But boring in third place is better than boring in 23rd place. You'll take them when you can get them. Free podiums, being clean and consistent.
Hey, it wasn't too bad. Making some right turns makes it a little bit more interesting. But
don't do this every week for sure.
Yeah, I'll take the points where I can get them.
Congratulations on a solid effort. And before we let you go, got any thought else?
I just want to thank my team for their great effort they put in every week. Probably wouldn't be up front every week if it wasn't for their help. Thank you guys for our broadcast every week. You guys do a fantastic job. And all our sponsors and admins, they do a great job also. So thanks to them.
Really will. Appreciate the kind words and look forward to seeing you back here next week.
All right, see ya.
We'll chase right after him. The rest of the speed zone, guys. Got an Eric Shields top 5 here tonight. Love to see that.
Yeah, I am more than happy for that. Had a rough few weeks, so I'm hoping this is some good momentum for me to keep getting some better finishes, because I was definitely not expecting to finish anywhere near the top 5 tonight either.
So you only had one off track, so you just barely missed the 0x bonus, but it was a clean and consistent night from the 27 machine.
I appreciate it. I was trying.
It looked like cars were a handful to drive, and not anything malicious out there tonight. Just like a lot of guys, especially at the exit of the S's and the carousel, looked to be where guys were having some troubles at.
Yeah, it was a loose race car.
Yeah, the front, that was so wacky. Like that was nothing like when we raced that Indy, Randy. Like not even close.
No.
Yeah, it seemed like the carousel and maybe the last corner were where a lot of people were having issues, and it didn't seem to get better all night either.
So what was the strategy call? I know we had some differing ones. Ryan, you came in pretty much as soon as you could off the second stage, and then we had some guys running long. Was it two tires, 4 tires? What was the kind of the decision making?
Strategy for me early in the race, well, before the race started, I was trying to get a lap lead. We're in bonus point mode right now, trying to backpedal from the crappy start that we had to begin the season. So I was trying to get bonus points for leading the lap, and just got beat out on pit road. Then I was in a position where I was not going back down pit road and starting way back there. So just in the ride, I knew I was coming in 10 laps, because all I took on that pit stop was fuel. So the only real pit stop I took was 4 tires full fuel, and decided to go from there. Because to me, and I don't know about the other guys, but when the tires wore on the car, it felt like a lot better than brand new tires. So I wanted older tires on, instead of brand new. So
Yeah, we've seen that kind of on the next gen side of things too. The older tires tends to kind of grip up the car a little bit more to the track and making it behave a little bit better, more predictable at least.
mhm. Yeah, it and when I restarted, I know I went wide. I was just letting some people by because I was not kind of trying to ruin anybody else's race by my misfortunes. But once I got settled in there, I was running away from a few guys that had brand new tires. So it definitely, for me, like I said, was the case, and felt like there was more grip, the more wear that was on your tires. So
Absolutely, like you said, rough start to the season, but you've turned it around with back-to-back top tens, and you're trying to close the gap to the cut line here. Just a couple of races left in the regular.
absolutely, trying to get back to the race car driver that you guys saw last season. Consistency for me is key. Top tens, I try to kill him to death, and so my goal this year is to get more top fives than top tens. So I feel like that's possible. So trying.
Casey Brown with another solid, consistent night. You were battling there pretty hard towards the end of the race. See out
Car was really loose, like the other guys were saying. Got into a little skirmish there out of the bus stop with a lap car, and it did a lot of damage to the car. Like 3 minutes of optional repairs. So after this was after the stage break, so wasn't gonna sit on pit road that long, of course. So I just tried to nurse it home and came away with the top 10. So I'm lucky about that. So just trying to get a solid finish and work our way up in the points. I don't think we're gonna make the cutoff, but hey, you never know. So we'll just show up every week and see what happens.
keep battling away at it, and definitely top tens can't go wrong with that.
Absolutely.
Hey, fellas. Well, it was a solid night, consistent night for a lot of you guys, and looking forward to seeing what you guys can do at Charlotte.
All right, thank you guys.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Yep.
I'm registered.
William Bowman, top 10, biggest mover to boot. There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Ew, how about that?
And you almost at the line. I think you barely ate there on Blevins.
Yeah. Yep, he kind of got me got me a little loose, so I wasn't able to pull it off. It was close. But man, ninth place feels good. So, and I didn't fall out of the game. It didn't kick me out.
And good things
I
happen
think I
when you
got
can
my issue under control.
do the whole race.
Heck yeah, no doubt. So that was a lot of fun actually.
Henry, you lied to me. You said you're going to total the race car. You did not do.
I spun. I don't think you guys caught it.
Did you actually? That's not a total.
Yeah, I
You didn't
spun coming
total
at a 4,
Hmm.
and that's how I went from like 7th to 12th.
So you were running top 10 for a good little bit there.
Yeah, I was just didn't hit anything. I wasn't going fast. Just don't hit things. Seemed to work crazy. Yeah, so that's a good story.
Yeah, Michael McElroy, we were talking nice about you. You said you had some good battles. Then your car imploded into a fence.
It got stuck.
Yeah,
It wasn't even that bad of a wreck. It just got stuck in the fence. I was upset.
you got wicked loose. We're talking to the Speed Zone guys, and they said at the X to the S's, the carousel, and those last 2 corners, it would just get really loose on them.
Yeah, for me it was the S's weren't too bad, even though that's where my bad wreck happened, the one when I got stuck in the wall. But the end of the carousel was pretty bad, and then the other one they said where you're coming back to the front straight.
Yep.
That one, for some reason, it was maybe not for everybody, but for me it was a second gear turn. And you had to like feather the gas because I mean the car just wanted to go out from under you. Yeah, so I felt like I had a really good rhythm in the beginning of the race and just staying consistent. And that one mistake, I'm happy that we were just talking about. I'm happy the towing was only a minute and a half long, which was surprising. And just got new tires on it and brought it right back out with no front end.
Yeah, it somehow ended up to, you managed a top 15 somehow, some way. Just never quit.
Yep.
Trying to get as many points as you can because I know you're battle for the cut line.
Yeah, I was really just battling Travis at the end there. I knew he was going in to take tires, so I just went in and took fuel, and then I came back out to my busted car.
Scumbag.
And he started catching me near the end. He started catching me.
Well, I took right sides only, and it was that's a hazard.
You just threw the balance of the car off, Travis.
Yeah, absolutely. For like 6 laps.
Yeah, I heard, and then a couple of guys at Speed Zone were saying too that the older the tires got, much like the next gen cars, it actually kind of got a little bit more predictable. I mean, you said those 6 laps kind of after you took the 2 tires, they got some heat in them. It was better.
It was way better, but it was dangerous coming out of there. I didn't have any clue. I'm playing pit stops. I went in there and clicked a button, pearled out of there. I'm like, man, this is probably right.
Yeah, this is good.
I feel like there was
I was like, mistake. That was a mistake.
I feel like there was like a happy medium though. Like there was a point where the car would get really good and settle in. But near the end of the stage, like probably the last 3 laps, 17 to 20, that car didn't feel good at all. That's the one that's the part where me and Dean got into it. Him and Sam went to go under me. And I mean, I just any little wrong bump or anything like that, like the car was going out from under you.
McElroy, you were the only driver to just actually wreck another competitor. Everyone else was single car spins. You actually just wrecked somebody.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is that Dean came in here afterwards and we worked it out. I don't think he was
too, so it was P6, so he didn't wreck him that bad. But
yeah, I don't think he was happy initially, but he said he went and watched the replay, and then I explained to him what happened with me, and he's like, that checks, man. He's like, it's all good, water under the bridge, and we'll go on to next week.
Yeah, obviously nothing intentional. Those rumble strips just not nice.
Yeah.
But we head to Charlotte next week, kind of the hometown of NASCAR. Looking forward to it. Should be a good race there.
I have a question.
Of course.
What happened to Mitchell Bagley?
I don't.
No.
He showed
I
up
think
about
he wrecked by himself.
He showed
right?
up about 3 seconds before the race started, and
He didn't make it off the start.
Spun multiple times in qualifying. Spun at the end of the first lap, and then just said, "You know what? I'll take my last place points."
Dude.
I watched that dude sail on by me, smoke Michael Davis, and then call it a day.
It was funny because right before that he was up a couple spots, then wrecked one time, and just that was it. Like, he actually made ground up, gave it all back, and then said, "We're done." That was it.
He wasn't making ground up. We saw Mitchell Bagley, and everyone moved out of the way. Like,
Well,
you're getting that spot back.
Yeah.
Like,
it is what it is.
It's like it's like when the cops are behind you and they turn their freaking lights on. You move over, dude.
So follow-up question, completely unrelated. Does the sponsorship signs around the racetrack, do they make you want to go bowling?
I didn't
you know what
see
you
one.
said? Now I've been thinking about bowling all night. Is that why?
Targeted
Shit.
ads, yeah. Go bowling at the Glen.
Every time I'm done,
Bowling
Charlotte, I go
sucks.
buy hardware at Lowe's. So yeah, it makes sense.
You said Charlotte sucks, Zach Scare?
I said bowling sucks.
Bowling sucks, but say
That's all you do.
Yeah, I know. I bowled last night. That's what I'm saying. That's why it sucks.
You race and bowl. Like,
what'd you bowl, Zach?
Not good enough. I didn't hit my average, that's for sure.
Alrighty.
And that's too high. Professional.
Zach Lebowski.
Hey, related
Zach
question
Johnson.
though.
Related question.
Has anybody checked on Sam?
Oh yeah. Well, who was it? Sean Anderson flipped. Literally flipped.
saw that.
Yeah, that was something else. That was actually the wreck of the night.
Yeah, because I was actually talking about Sam. And I was like, man, dude was fast, but he was getting beat up on that track. I was like, I felt so bad for him.
Sam was, he started 15th. He was up to 7th at one point. Spun out, was 10th. Would get back by. Him and Dean just couldn't figure it out. 8th and 9th, back and forth, and then all of a sudden, Sam was. He had a night, and then Sean Anderson wreck of the night, flipped all by himself.
Yeah, I think Pender told us that he was on his hood at one point.
He got it back going though. Came out and tried to pass one car and came up like 20 feet short and parked it. Still didn't get around him, so I felt bad with that.
Frustrating for him. He's a good racer.
But yeah, we don't turn right every weekend, so you see some interesting things.
Yeah. Good times.
Really heading back to Charlotte next weekend, some normalcy hopefully.
Yeah, I feel like we all came out here and got a decent points day, so that's what only thing you can really ask for. William Bowman, MVP of CMS for the night.
Facts.
Biggest.
I just did
9th place. I mean, that's a solid night. First top 10 of the season.
Congratulations, Bowman!
Hell yeah!
I was doing laps around the subdivision during that race. 50 of them.
Just out there for a Tuesday night drive.
Just cruising.
Should have took the boot.
I was trying to eat. At one point. You can't eat and do a road course. There's no way. I tried. I dropped a ravioli on the floor.
Oh, jeez. So that leads into our favorite segment of the night. What did everybody have for dinner?
Raviolis.
Tacos.
Meat
Buffalo
or
Wild
cheese
Wings.
raviolis?
Meat and cheese from Costco.
Ooh, little combo action. Hey, I like it.
Doing the double dipping.
I just Uber Eats Burger King, and I'm eating it right
Burger
now.
King. Oh, man.
Throw that out.
I like
Nice
Burger-
Whopper and fries.
I like Burger King when I was under the age of 10. Then I grew up.
Well, which one of you guys was talking about Taco Bell?
Art. That's Art's thing.
Yeah.
So I probably had something blasphemous for dinner. I went to Buffalo Wild Wings and had a cheeseburger.
My brother
Spicy
will go to a
garlic.
steakhouse and get chicken fingers. I understand it.
Dude, I'm not
That
joking.
man will get chicken fingers everywhere. What do you mean?
Yes, he will.
I'm not kidding though. Buffalo Wild Wings has some really good really good cheeseburgers.
well, we're off the air. We just FCC.
The meat.
Way to go.
The meat in the sandwich.
No,
Sorry.
it's all.
If anybody accidentally drops an F-bomb, I expect it to be Travis, and it was me.
I hope you lose 10 points.
2-point penalty. Yeah, I had pork, mashed potatoes, and some roll. Old
Nice,
reliable.
I like it.
Nice.
For the record, I did not have Taco Bell. I had Chinese buffet. It was great.
Ooh,
Oh yeah.
Sweet and sour
Make some
chicken.
Chinese
Well, if it makes you feel, I had Sam's Club tacos, so
Nice.
That's good too.
Better than gas station tacos.
I don't even have a Sam's Club.
Yeah.
oh, dude, the pre-made Sam's or the Sam's Club ones. Oh man, those things
We
are
don't even have
good.
Sam's Club in Canada.
Because you're commies.
chicken.
I don't even have
Let's be real,
Taking
Canada
some
has
strays.
nothing.
Canada taking strays right at the end.
You got Timmy Hortons. That's about it.
P meal.
Yeah.
You got a giant waterfall.
You have half of it.
Yeah,
And
right?
poutine.
Always a pleasure, gentlemen. Always a pleasure.
Have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
Definitely.
We will see some of you Friday, and then the rest of you next Tuesday.
Oh, that's right. I don't got to qualify yet, or make it to the freaking
Locked
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Locked in for Friday. Let's go.
Rod Car Friday nights. Looking forward to it, fellas.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
You guys have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
Later.
Later. Always an entertaining one.
Oh, 100%.
And a hater. All right, your final thoughts on tonight's race.
Don't let Jared Lindsay run away with it next time.
I think he'll do that at most road courses. He said that he thinks a first-time winner is going to break through next week. It might be Landwehr. I think that's who he's hinting at. But he also dominated Charlotte at the end of last season too. So I'm not sure. Might win another one. Might go 3 in a row next week. Who knows? But before that, we got to do Friday night Rod Car this Friday, 9 Eastern. Race number 4, I believe, or maybe 5. But it'll be a good time as always. They head to, I believe it is Talladega again. Yeah, Talladega Superspeedway in the Xfinity cars for 75 laps. Then next Tuesday night, 8:30 Eastern, back at it here with LSRL action at Charlotte. Y'all be sure to tune in. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Take care.